Hey guys, this is Haru. I just want to walk you through a quick video on how to use Matchstick and some of the requirements that are needed. So first off, if you just have Matchstick on your MetaTrader 4 platform, your computer may fall asleep. That is the benefit of having a VPS server. So you get a VPS server first, then you put MetaTrader 4 on that VPS server. So once the actual parameters get met, then it will actually execute the trade. So I'm just going to go walk you through an idea of a trade opportunity that Matchstick would work. Okay, so what you do is you double click on this line here, then you right click, go to trendline properties and put in the command sell break, no spaces. So sell break, and I'm just going to give you an example here, is that when the market price is above this line, okay, that's when you actually have to draw the line. You have to double click, right click, go to the trendline properties to put in that sell break. So once the market closes beyond this line, okay, right here, once the market price closes beyond this line, that's where it's going to enter a trade for us. Okay, so it's above this line, you have to put in sell break, and then once it crosses this line, then it's going to enter a trade for us. Now, if your computer falls asleep, then it's not going to take the trade. If you close out your platform, it's not going to take the trade. If there's interfering indicators, then it's not going to take the trade. Okay, so to be very clear with you, you want to make sure you have a smiley face, auto trading set, go to tools, make sure the options of allow live trading is also set the way it is here, and say OK. And the command should be listed on the left hand side. If it's not listed, then it's probably not going to take the trade. So again, you draw your trend line. The market price has to be above the line before it crosses the line and you entering the actual command. Okay, and so this can happen. That's the benefit of VPS server. It runs 24/7, and once the parameter is met, it's going to place a trade. You want to just leave the platform open. Okay, so you're connected to your broker, and it will place that trade. Okay, and then so it triggers these parameters. So it's saying that the parameters have been met. So it says done, just like it shows over here, and then you can see the market move its direction. Okay, so that's an example of a sell break scenario. Okay, I'm just going to find an opportunity for us for a buy break. So this is a good example that we can identify right here. Okay, so if I can identify this trend line before this market breaches the line, okay, again, you want to make sure that your computer is not falling asleep. If you want to have it running 24/7, you can change your sleep mode, or you can just simply get a VPS. If you fund your account with FinFX with 10,000 plus, then they give you a free VPS server, which will actually save you $40 to $100 a month. Okay, so it's actually a really good deal. So here again, okay, if the market's below this line, I have this point, and this point to refer to. I double click on this line, so the market's right here. I right click and go to the trendline properties, and then I type in the command buy break. So what that means is it's going to put a buy order once it breaks my line. Okay, so once it crosses my line, it's going to say done, and you can have it alert you. You don't have to have it alert you. You can have it so it doesn't make any sound, and it taking offwards. Okay, let the market do its thing. Okay, you can see it went up quite a bit. Okay, so like I said, that's the simple example here. Obviously, you can have your own trading rules wherever you want to put your stop loss and take profits. But here again, just to clarify things, like I said, you want to draw your trend line. You want to enter a command. If you don't put a command in and it crosses it, it's not going to do anything for you. If you spell it wrong, then also it's not going to do it for you. It may not even show on the left-hand side a command list. Okay, so to make it really simple is Matchstick will do exactly what you tell it to do, and it will actually show here on the left-hand side here, the top left, on what it's going to do for you. All right, and so when those parameters are met, it will execute the trade. Okay. Alright, so again, buy, let's actually do a few examples here, just to use like horizontal lines for you guys. Okay, so for instance, we find support, and this is our analysis, is if it breaks this bottom here, okay, then I'm looking for a sell position. or vice versa. If it breaks this top here at resistance, then I'm looking for a buy position. Okay. In order for this to work, I would actually double click, right click, go to horizontal line properties, then type in the command buy break, and then whatever I want my stop loss, take profit, and having, whatever lot size, you can have that adjusted in the right hand corner here. You can right click, go to expert advisors and properties. Make sure that these are check marked the way they are, and then you can change your inputs the way you want to. You can change the lot size to your money management rules. You can change this to 0, so it's a hit of the line. You can change the notification to false, so it doesn't do the ring bell thing. You can change the lot size to whatever account size that you have, or what your risk level is, or your money management strategy. So again, here, if I see this and it pushes away, then I can put in the command, double click, right click, go to this horizontal property and say sell break. Okay, I got to make sure I spell it right, or it's not going to recognize it. Here we have on the left hand side, it shows these commands here. Okay, so we have a buy break and a sell break command. Okay, and so when the market broke this line here, it would enter a trade. If I didn't take profits here, this would have gone against me. So I had several hours for this breakout trade to work out for me. Okay, this breakout candle could have happened when you're about to fall asleep or go to bed or go to work, or it can happen at any time. Okay, so this is the hour chart. Each bar represents 1 hour of data. Okay, so this close of the candle on this other side of the line, it's going to place that trade, and then over here it's going to say done. Make sure your computer is connected to the internet or have a VPS server. If it's not taking a trade, then it's one of those. Okay, or you just simply didn't type the command in right, or you're not using the commands properly. And then here's a breakout, and you might have woke up and it may have been around here, and you could just take in profits or move your stop loss to break even, or do a cover where you take your stop loss and you protect your profits. Okay. Same thing on the top here. Again, we had a support level here again, so we could have sell break again, and then buy break on the top here. So here there was a false break, so you might have lost on this trade, but here was a break of this high here. Oh, I didn't turn it off. So here is a break. Okay, so when it broke and closed above the line, that would be my entry point based on this command. So I had this to refer to. I can put in buy break with this much time to do it in. Okay, this is like several days actually, about 3 days of data. Here was the breakout and it takes off. Okay, so you had 1 or 2 days to respond, to either move your stop loss to break even or even move it to your profits. So if you thought this market was going to keep on climbing and went against you, you could have just saved those profits right there. Okay. Same idea with trend lines. Okay, let me just give you an example here with trend lines. Is again, if you're using the sell break command, okay, so if you have this point and this point to draw the line and it's climb this line here, and you're looking for a cross of the line, okay, you have to put in the command sell break. That means that you're looking for a sell position after it closes below this line and enters a trade for you. Okay, so when it takes off, you can have your stop loss right around here, and then you can move it, or simply, you can use another trailing trend line as your stop loss after it hits it, or using it as a trailing stop, or whatever trading strategy that you may have that's convenient for you. So some people, they see it trending and then they use the other trend line as an exit strategy. Okay, so you exit out from, you entered right here, then you exited clear out here, which in this example here is 159 points. Okay, so again, you can use horizontal lines and trend lines, okay, depending on your technical analysis here. So here's a great example. We see it bounce support, support, then we find resistance at the top, resistance and resistance, and here's your breakout, here's your retest. Okay, so you can enter the trade right here, and like I said, you might not have been around the charts for a day or so, and this thing just took off. Okay, and you had several days to either respond to it to close out the position, or you could have protect your profits some way or another, either across of a trend line, or you can use, tighten the actual stop loss like this, so if it keeps on pushing downwards, You can have a trend line kind of follow it, and then when it crosses or hits the line, you can use the necessary commands for your take profit or stop loss, whatever is going to be most convenient for you. Okay, or you can manually close it if you want to, if you feel more comfortable that way. So like I said, in order for Matchstick to actually work, it is the trader, the you, to properly use it. And like I said, once those parameters are met, then it'll execute whatever command you give it. Okay. So that's pretty simple stuff. Like I said right here, we have a market that's climbing. We have a beautiful trend line hugging this price. You can see it bounce off multiple times. And then we kind of see that we've created a high and a lower high, so this might be a market weakness. Here would be the entry point of a close on the other side. Okay, if this was a sell break command. If you don't put any command in and you're not connected to the internet, it's not going to do anything for you. But once it crosses the line and you do the necessary things to use it properly, you'll enter a trade right there. Okay, and depending on how you want to trade this, if you want to add positions based on next breakouts, so you could actually move your stop loss to break even and then let this thing do its thing, get another breakout, and then once it takes off, you can move your profits again like this, move your stop loss to break even, and let this. Then you're covering these profits here, okay, and then so on and so forth. And then if it breaks the low again here, then you can add another position and then cover it after it takes off, and then maybe even close out all those positions manually, or you can use Matchstick to close it out for you based on a trend line like this. Okay, use a hit or whatever command you decide to use that are related to getting out of the market. Okay, so pretty easy stuff. Like I said, Matchstick will work the way you actually give the command. The command on the left hand side will show, and also on your line you can right click and go to properties here, make sure it says show object description, and it will actually show what is inside of the line. So if I put in buy break here in this line, then I can actually have the text on the left hand side, as you can see here, show that text for me on what it's going to do for me. Okay, alright guys, well I hope this video helped you out and hope you're seeing great outcomes with Matchstick. Alright, take care.